This is Dhaka, the capital city of Bangladesh. You people usually pronounce the name of the city as Dhaka, and the country's name as Bangladesh instead of Bangladesh. Doesn't matter whatever way your tongue pronounces the name of this city and the country. Undoubtedly, this place is the most confusing one on planet Earth. And I'm going to show you how I find it confusing and why I think so. Being born and raised in this country all my life. I'm going to start my journey right from here, from this point. I'm right now on the foot-over bridge. And I'm going to get down from here and I'll go all the way till the end part of the street. And walk all the way back to this point. So let's start our journey. Now those of you who have been to this place, this country, this city, and those of you who have never been, who have not been yet, for both parties, it would be a valid claim to describe this city as one of the most chaotic, noisiest city in the world. And I don't even know if my audio, my sound is clear enough, is audible enough, being in the midst of this chaos and noise. But if I say this city and this country in general, in a whole, is most confusing country on planet Earth, then some of you, many of you, might find this claim even confusing. What I mean by that. So I'm trying to make my point in this video, which is going to remain totally uncut, raw, and totally unedited. The area I'm in right now is called Dhanmondi, and it's 8:20 in the evening. So terrible light. It's night scene. And I'm going to show just some of the aspects of this city, why me being as an insider find it confusing. As you might have noticed, or maybe you haven't, the signboards, billboards of most of the commercial entities are not in the language which is the native tongue and national language of this nation, which is called Bangla. The more you will take in and notice all these signboards and all the banners and all those billboards, everything, almost all of them are in English. That's one of the confusing parts. Let's stand here for a moment and take a look to all the signposts. These all are in English. Excuse my terrible focusing skill. I'm pretty new with my camera, but I'm trying to focus on those signposts and all the names of those commercial entities which you can see are in English. As you can guess, this is the time for people to be on the way back home from office and workplaces. And as I mentioned, I'm in Dhanmondi, which is not the richest place, the richest part of this city, like Gulshan or Baridara or Banani. This place is populated by middle class and upper middle class in majority numbers. But the thing is, here I'm having some better light, so I hope the filming in this part is going well. And I'm trying to focus on those signpost part only. Surely I'm not sponsored by any company. I'm not promoting them, hopefully. In this uncut video, I'm showing you the places. Most of them are restaurants. And none of them, not a single one of them, is in local language. So you, as a visitor for the first time, or for many times, might get confused by seeing all these English inscriptions everywhere in a country where no one speaks English. That's quite a magnificent building. That is one aspect that I find confusing in this country. Being born, raised, I've been living here all my life. Now my video is going to take another turn to a different chapter. The health service most of the citizens of this country receives in this country. And here I am. Mistakenly, I flipped my camera toward my face. I was not ready for that. Anyway. I'm not entering a hospital, but I'm trying not to be conspicuous. I'm trying not to be conspicuous or loud. ভিডিও করা যাবে না? হ্যাঁ, অনুমতি নিতে। কিসের অনুমতি? আমাদের অফিসের কোনো অনুমতি নিচ্ছেন? না না, অনুমতির ব্যাপার আছে নাকি? তার ব্যাপারে আসে নাকি? আমি তো পার্সোনাল ক্যামেরা দিয়ে আমি এখানে ওখানে সেখানে যাচ্ছি, এমন না যে কোনো রিপোর্ট বা কিছু। যাই হোক, the security man is asking me for some kind of permission which I was not expecting, but it's okay, I don't mind. না উনি ক্যামেরা দেখে ভয় পেয়ে গেছে আসলে। আমি তো আপনাদের দিকে দেখাচ্ছি না ক্যামেরা। ও আমি জাস্ট হেঁটে হেঁটে পুরো জিনিসটা রেকর্ড করছি আর কি। তো যে না না ভিতরে এই যে হাঁটছিলাম পাশে পড়লো যে জিনিসই না, ভিতরে হেঁটে দেখছি, হেঁটে হেঁটে ভিডিও করতে মানে আপনাদের ইন্টেরিয়র। আমাদের কম্পার্টমেন্টে ভিডিও করার আচ্ছা 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 সমস্যা নেই, আমি চলে যাচ্ছি। ওকে, so I'll try my best to put the translation in the subtitle, and maybe you could guess by the body languages that I was denied to record inside the hospital, as if, and the security man is still kind of following me. He's trying to make sure that I get lost as quick as possible. Anyway. That's the disadvantage or adventure, I would say, of trying to keep my videos uncut and unedited and just continuing, because my mission is not to stop my camera, not to pause it or omit any part. That's kind of challenging, which I faced just now. And I'm new, very, very new in this recording culture, or the practice of recording, practice of filming videos. So now I'm moving forward, and let me see where else I can take you on this tour with me. So this is another place. One of the topmost, maybe topmost, not one of the grocery supermarkets in the city. Now I'm going to try to go inside and keep filming. And let me stay prepared for being denied the access or not being permitted to keep on filming, maybe. So let's give it a try. Let me try to hide my camera. I guess the security personnel didn't notice my camera, or maybe she did but didn't mind, which is good. And there is a reason why I came here. Of course, I'm not getting off the topic. I'm trying to stay on my topic and making my point. As I said, and by the way, I'm not sure if my sound is still audible in that crazy level of noise. Outside, I meant, but inside I believe it should be fine. I'm going upstairs, just taking a tour. Being in probably the topmost grocery supermarket of this country. So far so good. Not yet been challenged with my camera because of my filming. As you can guess, this place is designed for classy people. In other words, rich people of the society. who want to make sure they're consuming the best food, best product, best of everything, because they have money, enough of money to spend enough. So enough of money to spend enough. I deliberately use the word enough twice. Now it's another section. We already left the necessity part, which was in downstairs, the daily necessities, and now in probably kind of luxury department. I'm thankful that the employees, some of them already noticed me with the camera walking around, but didn't put me in any trouble. So I'm not getting away from my topic, which was this country being confusing. This is one common problem in this country, I guess. I'm not, as I said, I'm new here, but people get scared to see me with the camera in my hand. This is the food court, as you can say. I don't know why I'm here even. I'm not hungry, or I have no intention to sit down and eat something. But probably that was necessary to give you a sense of complete tour of this supermarket. So I think now I should be good enough to get away, get out of this place. And there is the book part, which most of the rich people don't care about. So I usually don't get to see anyone come to this area or buy books as many times I came here. I don't know how my video is going. Is this being even a watchable film? If I find it not watchable enough, then I'll probably not use this film or upload this film in my channel. So I'm now getting out and continue my walking. Continue my walking on the streets of the most confusing place on earth. So it's traffic time. But traffic being a common problem, common story of all the cities in this world, but that's not my focus. I would rather like you to focus on another aspect of this traffic thing, which is the private vehicles. Just try to notice how many of them, how many private cars and vehicles are there on these streets compared to the public transportation. So you can see the public buses, not as many as the private cars, from almost all the directions, just like from here. And let me show you the number of private cars on this very street. This is just one of the streets in this area. How many private cars compared to the public vehicles? So it doesn't take enough intelligence to understand the actual cause of this terrific traffic. I'm still wondering the fact that I was denied the access, or not the access, but denied the permission to film inside the hospital. I don't quite understand why. This is the traffic of Dhaka. And this is the recreation part. This eating area is adjacent to the lake, which is called Dhanmondi Lake. Surely I'll film inside and around this lake many times in the future. But today I want to keep my focus on the streets and surroundings of the city. And you would find it also confusing, this gentleman with bikes taking their bikes on the very pavements which is designed for the pedestrians only. So you can see these bikers so confidently and happily riding their bikes on the footpath. Interesting, huh? But again, confusing. Once again, notice the number of private cars on the streets compared to the public vehicles. The ratio between the private cars and public vehicles, which is another confusing aspect of this city. And why I find it confusing? Because people of the world outside this country, they have an impression about this country, Bangladesh, being a poor country or not so rich country. I wanted to be on the spot and show you in real time in this uncut, unedited video how poor this country is. There is some political procession going on my left. All these motorbikes are happily resting on footpaths. I'm almost at the end part of this street, and what I'm going to do, I'll take a U-turn and take my way back to where I started my journey from. That's the another side of the road. Struggling with traffic, suffering from traffic, and as I tried to show, the cause reason of this traffic is all this quantities of private cars. Now I'm on the other side of the road. Most probably I failed to make my point, which was this country being the most confusing one on planet Earth. And that makes sense why the way I see things might not be going the way you see things. Look at the honking person, this man. He's super busy. He's on super hurry. He has no time to wait. So he'll keep honking. There's another one. Look at this gentleman. He keeps honking. He keeps honking, and I don't know why. Look at that. Look at that. He keeps honking, and I have no idea why. He must be missing his wife at home. Can't wait to get home back and hug his wife. That might be a reason. And he's not the only one. There are many like them, many like him. Just impatient. Impatient and insensible people on the street. A free country, free people, a free country. And honking, constant honking is one of the ways to express their freedom. in this episode of video, I failed to show you the healthcare situation of this country, and that was a private hospital, by the way. As you could tell, that was not a governmental hospital. The private hospital, and the expenses of treatment is quite high for common people. Surely not for the people who regularly go and shop in that supermarket that I already tried to take a tour of. So now I'm winding it up. I'm going all the way back to the place where I started my journey from, and with a clear failure, one failure, I couldn't continue filming inside a private hospital, which would have been cool if I could do that. That was actually one of my intentions, to give you some idea of health service provided by private companies, private organizations, private hospitals, let's say, in this country, all the private clinics, which is probably not terrible. That was not my point, to prove it or show it as something terrible, something bad, low standard service. That was not my point, because I can't tell for sure that the healthcare provided by the private clinics and hospitals are that bad. Probably not, but they are super expensive for the average people of this country, which make up a huge majority of this total population. Also, I wanted to show how profitable the healthcare business in this country is, and total without any control. Meaning, in this health sector, the private companies can make profit the most. compared to any other sectors. One doctor can see patients as many as possible, hundreds and hundreds of them, just in one session. Let's say this was the evening time, and each doctor in the chamber was expecting hundreds of patients who were waiting outside. Probably you saw some of them, but actually the downstairs, that was not that very area that I plan to show. So street food vendors, and nothing confusing about them. that's not the confusing part for sure. That's natural and beautiful. I just try to point at some of the confusing aspects of this city, meaning of this country. So my camera keeps rolling on. I'd be surprised if I still find any viewer watching up to this point. But since I'm making documentaries in my words, and I view myself as some kind of documentarian, that's one of the characteristics of my videos. That's what it's going to be like. Uncut, in real time, and no editing so far unless very necessary. So that was the hospital. That was the hospital. I got in, but then I had to get out because of not being permitted to film. Sometimes I'm accidentally flipping my phone, my camera, my lens toward my face, accidentally, just like this time. I was intending to tap twice to recenter the lens of my camera, but mistakenly I tapped three times, and then my smart camera, which is way smarter than I am, turned its eye on me. another massive buildings with all the restaurants and cafes. And again, what point I was trying to make in the beginning, if we take a look, if we just you take a look in this building and all the signposts, none of them is in the native language of this country. So I'm going to close to finishing my video, which I'm very unsure if I'm going to even upload because of the quality of it. I'm not convinced that I was able to film the whole thing the way I intended to do. And I guess I failed. To make you understand the way I understand this country, being an insider. So for those of you who are outsiders, who are foreign to this country from the West and other parts of the world, to you, any of these aspects that I try to show in this video or make point about might not be confusing as it is to me as an insider. And I know not many of the people in this country find it confusing either. I'm uncertain if I'm going to publish this video, and also am I uncertain about the title of this video, because once I get back home and play it back, I would have some idea what this video has been like. Maybe this is the testing phase for my camera, how it works in low light condition in this area, I mean. I could have finished this video long ago, a little earlier even, but why I'm still continuing filming, just to make sure I completed the total tour all the way round. But for the sake of the length of this video, which is going to be painfully long for you, I think I should better stop here and I am taking all the responsibilities for this failed attempt, for this video being such a failed project. This is where I should stop my filming, and I don't need to be apologetic anymore, because I guess it for valid reasons that you are not watching anymore up to this part of the video. So thank you very much and stay beautiful. I was searching for words. What should be the established norm to say goodbye before closing a video? So yeah, but stay beautiful.